indecisiveness combined with our tendency to please everybody and be everything at the same time are causing the most biggest problems in our lives. If you try to simplify things, there is always yes or no answer to some kind of question, and if you answer either of those, it is some kind of result to that, and after that you can move forward. But if you are in that middle ground, neither of those enough that you can decisively say either of those, you are just keeping you in that phase where you are not deciding anything, and ultimately you are just keeping you stuck in there, going again and again around that subject, and that is what is holding ourselves back from movement. And this life is so many ways about movement, and how we differentiate ourselves from others is based on many ways to that movement, what we do with our time that we have been given. Many times we think that it is better to say I don't know or answer nothing, that it would be better than you say no. But in many cases, actually even saying no to something can be better than being in that middle ground. Because at least you have gave something ultimate, something that gives you some kind of result to that thing that enables you to move forward. Because so much stress and undeserved, unneeded baggage to hold on with us when we can't just do that decided result. I would hope that we can, instead of doing nothing, answering nothing or doing nothing, when you have decisions to make, learn you to at least think about it, take some kind of action, even a little bit in some kind of direction, because that way you're giving some kind of answer to that question, some kind of direction to move, and movement is always better than just staying put, and it is also teaching you a different way of doing things, how you act in life, instead of just saying you are deciding constantly, being proactive, doing things, moving things, and that is many ways so much better than just staying still. And talking about movement, there is always that thing that you can reroute your course. You can change where you are going, doing corrections, and that way, ultimately, if you just do enough, that you will find your right place. But all of this needs your some kind of decision, some kind of direction. And worst thing that you can do, that ultimately not deciding is some kind of decision, some kind of answer, but it is not something definitive, something that you can close on that subject, and that is the problem. If we just could more give that yes or no, we would be so many ways in constant movement and doing things. Yes, we can't always decide, or we can some way, but it is better you to think about it and gather information about it before you do any kind of decisions. But there is just limited time for that to be purposeful, meaningful, right for that. And many ways we know that when that time is up, and then we just have to do that decision in some kind of direction where movement is needed. I don't know, but I let the path teaches me things. I trust to this universe, forces all around me that I can't see, that they will help me also, and that there is a meaning for everything. And when I'm moving, I am doing things, and I am constantly learning and seeing different things, experiencing different. And that is just what gives us so many ways everything. We can experience different things, see that difference between things, see our growth, our development. So many positives. There don't have to be perfect, some kind of direction and answer you to have in order you to take some kind of step to either kind of direction. We are always working with limited understanding and information. There is no such a thing that perfect decision or movement. So few things in life, in everything is perfect. And just doing mistakes and taking different kind of steps, whatever are those, they are taking you forward, give you so much positives, even if those don't seem like it in that moment. When you just decide completely, then you can take concrete action so much better way. Do know where you stand for, and then you know what kind of action you can take and what are your belief systems, morals, values, all of these kind of things. You can find yourself and your place in everything, and it is just if you say I don't know or I am not either of those, it is still no to that question. If there is ask of you, are you that or not? And some way, if you answer that you don't know or don't give any kind of answer, that is some way that you are saying that you don't know yourself, or that you are just a follower, not taking any kind of participation to that thing, any kind of concrete stance, that you don't have place in it. And it is so important that we choose ourselves, and all these are connected to that you found yourself, finding yourself. It's just so many ways about learning, doing things, making decisions. Yes, you are in wrong many ways, many times, but every wrong decision is taking you closer to that right one, taking you closer to something better. That is what is all about this life, so many ways. I many times say that if you want something to change in your life, you have to change also. And change is connected to that movement. And movement is connected to the doing decisions, decisive decisions. Not just standing in that indecisiveness. Find your own information, find out things, do things, and then form your own opinion, your own stand about things, and then just follow up to those and see where it takes you. And then you can stand proudly on your own as an individual, beautiful being that you are, that you deserve, and that is what is wanted for you, from you, needed for you ultimately, where you are going. And better, faster, it is always better, many ways, many times. And I would hope that we can all take that route sooner than later. But I once again thank you on this beautiful day, sharing this time with me, and hope you all the best, love and light as always. Take care of yourself and others, and hopefully see you next time. Thank you.